Good morning, Larry here from Larry's Fountain Pens, and I just want to touch on a subject that one of my viewers mentioned. The other day I did a video on a Montiverde Catalina, a blue pen. My very first time to ever even know about this pen, and a special shout, thank you to Ron from Pen Chalet. Ron off and on has been sending me some products for me to show all my viewers, and I thank him very much for doing that. That's a support to me. So first of all, I could not add his link in the video because you had to have a file and some kind of special permission from the owner of the facility, and rather than going through all that, I just went ahead and put the link where you can get this pen if you're interested, and just cut and paste, and that's the end of it. Well, I thought so much about this pen. I really do like this pen that I said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and share this with my viewers and let them know, because I'm excited about the pen. It's a dynamite pen, great looking pen. So, one of my viewers thought it was misleading in a commercial for Pen Chalet. First of all, I don't do commercials for anybody. If I do a commercial, it's for myself. So, I can show all of you what I have. Some may not be aware of the products, some may be aware of the products, and but I'm just excited about showing what I learned through my journey in reviewing pens and other products. Let me have a sip of my vanilla latte from Starbucks. So if I misled anybody, that was not my intentions. I hope you all know me well enough that I'm not going to do that. Just like I mentioned on the Jinhao giveaway, that at one time I couldn't do international giveaways because it cost so much to ship. But after I thought about it for a while, I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. I may not be able to do 2 or 3 giveaways at the same time internationally, but I know I can do one giveaway, and that's going to stay in. So with that said, I hope that none of you do not think I'm trying to mislead or do commercials for anybody. If someone sends me a product so I can review and show what I have, I'm going to tell you what I like and don't like about the pen or paper, ink, notebook, journals, adult coloring books, crayons, belts, whatever that may be. If I didn't tell you the truth, then that would be misleading. I'm not getting paid to do these reviews. I do it because it's what I love, a passion for fountain pens. And I do get excited for fountain pens. And I'll be doing, hopefully, my top 20 or top 10 or top 5 or all 3 of my pens for 2016. The reason why I haven't done it yet is because I like them all so much. I don't care if they're a lower end pen like a Jinhao, and I even have a few heroes, and another one, a Bo something, Bogu, or B-O-G-R, however you pronounce it. But I'm going to do it. I've been working on it, and it's been a deal for me, because like my Holy Grail, well, 2 Holy Grail pens for the year that are quite expensive pens, at least for me. I had to do a whole lot of saving to get them. It took me a while. I'll show you one right now. It is the Vance Homo Sapien Bronze Lava. one fantastic pen. For me, I love this pen. I love how the cap comes off and snaps off, really neat. And I love that nib. Look at that nib, sweet and feed. Piston feel. I think Van Scotty did a really great job on this. The only thing that I don't get out of this, people say that when you hold this pen in your hand because it's made from lava, you'll get this heat feeling. I've never have got that. For me, it's comfortable to write with. And I journal every day, 2 or 3 times a day, making notes. And I write letters to my pen pals, and this is comfortable for me. I can write all day long. With the majority of my pens, I've had no problems with it. So that's one of my holy grails. So on my top 5, 10, and 20 list for me, because it's my list, what I like, I'm going to probably have, well, not probably, but on my number 1 spot, I'm going to have this one, and I won't tell you the other one yet until I do the video. Isn't this a gorgeous pen? You either like this pen or you don't. You know, the clip on this pen, I like the way it's made, that arch type, and it has the Van Scotty on the clip on both sides. I love that bronze. Now, they send me a cloth so I can shine the bronze up and make it pretty, but, you know, I like that fatine look after you use it for a while and get them oils from your hands into your pens. It kind of turns it. I like it. Yeah, it cost some money. Am I glad I bought it? Yeah. There's another pen that I want to get that I have interest in, is that Montiverde Catalina blue with a medium nib. That's a pen that I'm really interested in. You know, I like Monteverde Catalina pens as well. They're great pens. I have had no problems using any of those pens right out of the box. I've heard some folks say that they've had starting problems or they don't write very well out of the box. On my Nighthawk, Conklin Nighthawk, I did talk about once. I had a review. I was using a black ink in it, the black stump, which I really like that ink. When I put it in the pen, it was working just fine, and it laid down some ink, writes beautiful. But after about 4 or 5 days, I noticed when I took the cap off that it was dried up, hard starts, so I had to prime the feed again to get it started, then it would write. Well, it wasn't any issues with the Goulet black awesome nib that's in it or the feed. Conklin does an amazing job, in my opinion, with their pens, as Monteverde does. This is my opinion. We each all have our own opinions, and some may think different. But the nib didn't need adjusting, so I said, you know what? It must be the ink. And I'm not saying that Blackstone ink is bad ink. It's good ink. So with that said, I washed the pen out real good and changed it, and I put in a Montblanc Ultra Black, I think, and it flowed just fine. And then I tried a Diamine really well, and same with Noodler Black. Black's not my favorite color, but I tend to use it every once in a while because at one time, when I used to work for 11 years, I had to use black ink for all my documentation notes. And I was working for mental health and retardation services, which I don't like that word, retardation. And I think they've changed that by now. So, with that said, if any of you feel that I intentionally misled you or doing a commercial. I'm not. And I'm sorry that if you think that, because that was not my intentions. I wanted to show this pen, and one day I'm going to have this pen, but you know, I have quite a few selections of good pens, all the way from lower level pens to some higher level pens. My next grill pen for this year, God willing, will be a Sailor King of Pens. I like a large pen. I have a Sailor well, what is it? The smaller size, is it a 911 Sailor, black, gold nib, and I've got the Pilot Custom 74. That's a 14K nib, and the other one is either a 18 or 21K nib. I have to revisit it. I just got these pens. The Pilot I got last year, and I've only used it, believe it or not, 4 times. The Sailor I just got this year, I think I've used it 3 times. Not much, eh? And here's the reason why. There's nothing wrong with the pen. Both pens are really great pens. But for me, they're too small in their hand. They have no weight. They're a light pen. I like heavier pens. So with that said, if I could find somebody that wanted to trade both pens for a King of Pens, which I won't, I'd do it. Or if somebody would like to trade a pen for a different pen, I'd do it. Also, what I also have in mind, I have several brand new Pilot Vanishing Points, 18K gold nibs. They're all broad nibs. Well, I haven't used these pens much because I have what, 5, 6 of them, and I have so many pens that I rotate, so I don't get to use them like I should. But I'm going to start using my pens more this new year. I have a new way of doing it, and I wanted to trade one of my almost new 18K broad Pilot Vanishing Point nibs for a medium 18K gold Vanishing Point nib. Nothing wrong with my nibs. I take care of my pens extremely well. And if I come across one that somebody brings to my attention that likes to do it, the only thing I ask from the person that wants to do a horse trade is, like, make sure that nib is immaculate, because whoever gets my Vanishing Point 18K gold nib, it is I would say they've been used, I've used every one, I don't know, 3, 4 times maybe. I know once for sure, and I think there's another for sure I've used 3 times. The other 2 maybe once or twice, because they're broad nibs. So I'm telling myself, well, why do I want to use this one? Because I've already used this one and this one. I like broad nibs, and they all have a different experience for me for writing. You know, the Vanishing Point broad nib is different than a, I don't know, let's say a Sailor or a Monteverde or a Conklin. But with that said, apologies. Will I ever do this type of video again? I may. If I like the pen well enough and I don't have the pen and I can't afford buying the pen, I just may do it. If I was a viewer watching this, I would be excited enough to say, hey, look, Larry's just showing this pen. it looks great. I'm going to go on that site and check it out. And if I like it, I'm going to buy it. The pen speaks for itself, Monteverde, and the color is absolutely stunning. Yeah, I wish I could have it in the hands and feel it and ink it up and write with it and actually show you guys the actual pen, but I don't. Well, with that said, stay posted to my channel because January 1 is going to be a whole new setup. I've got some neat things on the introduction presentation that I hope y'all enjoy. With that said, here's Happy Latte to you from Starbucks in Fort Worth, Texas on Oakmont and Bryant Irving Road. Telling you, stay warm, be safe, and please don't text and drive. Later.